Yo, 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 yo. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, good people? Peace and love. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tenacious and Truthful Tuesday. I gotta figure this thing out. I don't like looking down at Instagram live, but I made a commitment to go on Instagram. We might have to change it up. My computer allows me to do StreamYard and Facebook at the same. No, not StreamYard. From StreamYard, I'm able to do Facebook and YouTube at the same time live. Not able to do Instagram live from the computer. I use the phone, but the phone is at a lower view, and every time I look down at the phone, I'm not looking at here, and this is where I want to look straight ahead, right? But what's going on? What's going on? Happy Tenacious and Truthful Tuesday. We are back again with another episode of SRDaily. This is episode 550. Episode 550, halfway to 600. We are 50 episodes away from our next milestone, episode 600. I will get the date for you guys so you can mark it. I will find the venue so we can have our 600th episode with the live studio audience, a couple of guest interviews, and do it how we've been doing the previous 500 episodes, right? Every 100th episode, we have a live audience, we have some guest interviews, and we make it, a thing. We make it a thing, we make it a celebration because it is a milestone. To do 100 episodes is a milestone, to do 200 episodes is a milestone, to do 300, 400, 500, and now approaching 600 episodes is indeed a milestone. So I am excited to be almost there, almost at 600, right? I'm looking forward to 600. The previous 549 have not been without challenge. They have not been without some turmoil, whether technical difficulty, having to switch platforms, right? And all of the stuff, man, all of the stuff that comes with doing this thing, especially on your own, on your home devices, is challenging, man. But we will get to a point where we have a full production team, where we are in a studio, and we do have all of the equipment that we need to have a successful, tech issue free show, right? We're gonna get there because we're not gonna stop until we get there. When we get there, we're just gonna fucking expand and blow up and keep growing and keep going. And it's a beautiful thing, man. But welcome to another episode of SRDaily. Dr. Tyra Paler, thanks for tuning in. Eighth Day, thanks for tuning in. Again, this is episode 550 of SRDaily. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. We are here Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. SRDaily is where personality meets enlightenment. We got a pretty cool show set up for you guys today. We are going to jump right into it. Again, this is week 111 weeks doing the show 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day. And again, every 100 episodes, we have a live audience, we have guest interviews, and that show is 1 hour. So 50 episodes away from 600. Let's get this shit rolling. We're going to start with our first segment of the day. Today's first segment is a phrase of the day. Today's phrase is, no, that was yesterday. My bad. Today is Tuesday, January 27th. First segment is a word of the day. Today's word is interconnected. Today's word of the day is interconnected. Interconnected is defined as mutually joined or related, with different parts or things connected or related to each other. Once again, today's word of the day is interconnected. Interconnected is defined as mutually joined or related, with different parts or things connected or related to each other. Humans are indeed interconnected. We are interconnected. Our issues and our movements are interconnected, like interconnected and interdependent, right? And so as long as we continue to move like we are interconnected and we are interdependent and our issues are interconnected, we will continue to struggle mightily. We must remember how intrinsically linked we are as human beings, whether black, white, yellow, red, brown, right, and all shades in between. Our movements, our peace movement, our food justice movement, our freaking civil rights movement, our freaking equitable education and economics movement, right, our fucking spiritual and religious movements, all of them are interconnected. The women's rights movements, the workers' rights movements, right, like all of the movements are interconnected. They have is parts of it, if not the whole thing, right? Some people, there are parts that are intrinsically linked, right? Immigrant rights movement, directly connected to workers' rights, directly connected to human rights, directly connected to freaking peace, right? directly connected to what does it mean to be a fucking citizen of the earth, to be a global citizen. All of it is interconnected. And as long as we continue to move like we are not interconnected, like our issues, our challenges, our trials, our tribulations, our movements are not interconnected, as long as we continue to move in a silo, like individual as humans, and individual movements, like this is my thing, I can't show up for that. If you know me, I've shown up for everything. I've shown up for peace. I've shown up for women's rights. I've shown up for freaking workers' rights. I've shown up for immigrants' rights. I've shown up for freaking mental health. I've shown up for cancer. I've shown up for freaking prisons, right? And prisoners and inmates, right? Whether it was raised the age or in solitary confinement, closed Rikers. Show up. You are a whole fucking human being with a family. You are connected to a family, whether you fuck with your blood family that you were born into or your family that you've chosen by blood, right? Or by bond, rather. Those you work with, those you grew up with, those you met in college, those who live in your neighborhood, those who live in your building, who live on your block. You have a family. Again, you are a whole individual, one, and you have a family. You have somebody who you know who an issue that may not directly impact you directly impacts them. Show up for them. Let them know you care. Let your voice be heard. Put your pen to paper. Donate your money when you can. Invest your money when you can. Show up physically. Invest your time, right? Invest your time. Show up. Be there. People, we need each other. We need each other as human beings on this earth at this time. We need each other. We need each other for moral support. We need each other for physical support. We need each other for economic support. We need each other for educational support. We need each other simply because we're fucking human and we need to be connected to each other. We thrive in connection. Isolation, it kills us. And so the more we move as individuals, right, and the more we, even if there are certain groups that are addressing the issue, so long as you address your issue as an individual issue, as a separate issue from the rest of the issues, we will continue to make minimal progress, if any at all. So show up for each other, connect with each other, link with people in your industry, with people addressing the issue that you're addressing, and with people in different industries, with people who are fighting different issues than you. Connect with them, talk with them, educate each other, right? Educate each other, talk to each other, build together, have dinner, have lunch, have breakfast together. Share books, share resources together, and learn how you can be of more support to others. Learn how others could be more support to you, so you can communicate what you need, right? And you know how you can show up for other people, because we're in this shit together, whether you like it or not, whether you want it to be that way or not. We are here together. We are here together, all of us. Black, white, brown, yellow, red, orange, green, right? Rich, poor, right? And clearly some people don't think that, or some people don't want to believe that. Some people don't want to admit that. And so they're going to continue to move individually. They're going to continue to move with their group, with their people. The reality is, as Dr. King once said, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And if we allow the planet to be destroyed, guess who is getting destroyed with it? All of us. All of us. And those who think they're going to go to another planet eventually is going to get destroyed as well. It's only a matter of time. So, like, don't wait until something directly impacts you. Don't wait until it hits you and it's too late. Show up now. Show up now. Show up when things are comfortable. Show up when you're okay. Don't wait till you need help to show up, right? Like, that happens a lot. People ignore an issue. Oh, I ain't got no time for that. Or I'm too busy for that. Or that don't impact me. Then the moment it impacts them, right? The moment it hits them directly, fully, now they want everybody else to get involved. It's like, yo, it don't work like that. We got shit going on already. We can't drop what we're doing, the issue that we've been fighting, because now you are impacted and you now want to do something. Come join us. Don't try to have us come to you and support you. This shit is crazy, but the beautiful thing is that we are going to support that person, right? But like, don't let that be you. Don't be the person who ignores the issue, who says the issue does not impact you until it does. Be the human being who recognizes that you have a moral obligation, you have a responsibility to every single person on this planet, starting with the people most closely to you, most closest to you, your family, the people who live next to you, the people who live around you, and then you spread outward. What you do impacts others. What others do impacts you directly and indirectly. If not right now, then later. If not right now, directly, then later. You directly, or your child, your children, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, your parents, right? Like, so act like that. Coach Ace of Love, what's going on, my brother? Peace and love. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Mona Love on the check-in. Said Fusan Kofa on the check-in, my brother. Mona Love, my love. Coach Ace of Love, my brother. Thanks so much for tuning in. Listen, we're going to move to the second segment of the day. Today's second segment is our need to know news of the day. Today's news is update. Tomorrow, I'm super excited. I'm going to guest lecture at the Columbia University School of Social Work tomorrow afternoon. I am absolutely stoked. Columbia University is a major school. My sister graduated from Columbia University back in, I don't even know, a long time ago. She transitioned in 98 at 39 years old. So I would say 20 years prior to that, 78, 70 something, 90, yeah. She had a double masters from Columbia, and I want to say from Pratt or Hofstra. But she had a double master. My sister, my big sis Reese, shout out to Reese, one of the smartest in the family. So I'm super excited. To be going there to lecture. I've been on panels there. I've gone to events there, but I've never actually lectured there. Right, Columbia University. My nephew, they had a film program years ago. My nephew was part of the film program. Well, he wasn't part of the film program. He acted in the film. I met somebody there. They was running the film program. They were doing the short film. They needed a young boy. I got my nephew involved. Went up there. We shot some stuff in Brooklyn with their crew. Went up there for rehearsals and stuff like that. So I've done things at Columbia University. I've done things with Columbia University, but I've never actually lectured a class. And so I'm excited, man. I'm super fucking excited. The course is mass incarceration and reentry. The specific class I'll be lecturing tomorrow is the incarceration experience, right? The incarceration experience, which is fitting. I looked at all of the different classes they have, and this one was the most fitting. The date works, right? Because in February we got some other things going on. So the date works, the subject fucking works. And yeah, man, this is exciting, right? If you don't know, I've dreamt of lecturing at universities around the country since I was a young boy. When I was a young boy, and I envisioned my life, right? When I would think about my life and the life that I was creating, even when I was fucked up, even when I was in the streets, whenever I had time or took time and made time to actually envision a future for myself beyond my current circumstances, this is exactly what it was. I was living outside of the city, right? 2 hours, an hour, 2 hours away from the city, 3 hours tops, outside of the city in a nice cabin, right? My dog, my cat, right? Family. And I would drive to the city a couple days a week to lecture at university, right? That was part of the dream. That was part of the dream. I would drive down to the city early morning and I would go lecture. I would go teach a class at university, right? So this is the beginning of that. This is the beginning of that. And yeah, this is just the beginning, man. This is what I was born to do. I was born to teach. I was born to teach from my lived experience. I have a lot of lived experience, and I was born to teach from my acquired knowledge. I've read a lot. I've learned a lot. I've studied a lot. I've observed a lot. I've been around a lot. Right. I know some things, and so I was born to share what I've learned. I'm a student. I'm a student of life. I'm a student of freaking psychology, of philosophy, of sociology. I'm an art student. I'm a student of fucking life. And as a student, you got to teach what you learn, right? Like what I get, I give. What I learn, I teach. Maya Angelou. What I get, I give. What I learn, I teach. What I get, I give. What I learn, I teach. I've learned some shit. It's time for me to fucking teach it. Specifically around incarceration. Specifically as it relates to mass incarceration and reentry. Listen, by the age of 20, I done had freaking more than a dozen arrests, felony probation, felony that was dropped to youthful offender, right? Like, then I did a bid, 3-year bid, violent felony. I had a drug felony probation, then a violent felony, then another violent felony that was dropped to youthful offender, right? Because I was underage at the time, right? Assault, robbery. but I haven't been back. March 9th this year is going to be 19 years since I've been home from prison. 19 years. In 19 years that I've been home, I've had friends who came home after me who've been back 4, 5, and 6 times. Right? Some went back 2, 3 times and end up changing. Some are on the path to go back again, unfortunately. They're still doing the same shit. Some friends who've been back 3, 4, 5, 6 times are on the path to still go back because they're still doing the same shit. I see it. We talk. I try to build with them, but I know I got to create opportunity where I can bring them in. Yo, listen, come over here, meet me here. Come to my office. Come to my building. Let's do this, right? Because until then, it's gonna be the same shit. And so, when it comes to like transforming your life, when it comes to like staying out of prison, when it comes to breaking the fucking recidivism mode, I got the blueprint. And so I ended up booking this speaking engagement, right? This lecturing engagement was me and my boy. We had a meeting last month, right? We met up in Harlem, and he's a professor, right? This is his class. You know, a friend of mine, Charles Lee, his class, and we were chatting, we were building, and he told me the class that he teaches, and he was like, "Yo, I'd love to have you come in." He's like, "Cause you are the blueprint. You." Right, we need to study you because and what he doesn't know, well, he knows now. I was in the same environment. A lot of times when people transform their life, they go to a completely different environment. Right now, although I was living in Long Island when I first came home, mostly I was still hanging in Queensbridge. I was literally still hanging in Queensbridge. My boy D Block, who ended up passing away of a car, a motorcycle accident a few years ago, he was like, "Yo, how the fuck did you just like let this shit go like that? How the fuck was you hustling with us one day, carrying a gun with us one day, and then the next day you're like, nah, I'm not doing this shit no more? How the fuck did you do that? How the fuck did you change your life in the same environment?" My mother says it all the time. She says, "Yo, you really changed your life in the same environment, hanging around the people who sell drugs, hanging around the people who fucking carry guns and bust guns. You just was like, nope, I'm not doing it no more." Because I had a change of mind. I had a change of heart. I remembered who I was. I remembered what was possible for me, right? And I looked around, and I literally observed, and I was like, if I keep going, either I'm gonna end up dead. Somebody's gonna call. Literally, I was like, somebody's gonna call my mother and be like, "Yo, Ray Ray's dead," or they're gonna knock on the door, like, "Yo, Ray Ray's dead. Sugar is dead." Or I'm gonna call my mother, right? Be like, "Yo, ma, I ain't coming home for a long time. I killed somebody." Or yo, they got me with mad drugs. I'm going away for 30 years, right? It was either that. Those are the two options, and then the third one was like, "Yo, if I just make this change, I'm great. I'm likable. People love my personality. People like being around me. If I just fucking make this change, let this shit go, really commit to developing myself." As my cousin would say, if I took half of the energy that I put into the streets and put into something positive, I would be fucking amazing. And here we are 18 years later. I haven't been in the streets since 2008. 18 years later, we are fucking amazing, right? We've done some absolutely phenomenal things. And more than anything that we've done is who we've become. I've become lovable. I've become a great motherfucking person, right? I've become an American hero. I have. And so to go to this university tomorrow to speak, to lecture, right, on the incarceration experience, what it does to a person, what it does to a family, how it fucking conditions the mind, how it conditions the body and the nervous system. This shit is going to be powerful. Of course, we are talking, we're going to bring my NSLM method in there, my neural soul liberation method in there. We're going to talk neuroscience. We're going to talk brain science. We're going to talk emotional alchemy, right? We're going to talk fucking conditioning, subliminal conditioning, overt conditioning. We're going to talk about a lot of things tomorrow. And yeah, man, I'm super excited. Red Rose, what's going on? King J Ton, what's going on, my brother? Second Chance Candles, what's going on? Peace and love. We talking second chances. I was given a second, third, and fourth chance, right? And I'm still here. So yeah, man. Listen, this is what I was born to do. If you know any professors at any universities, put them in touch with me. Put me in touch with them, right? If you know any universities I should lecture at, tell me and I'll reach out. If you have any idea of any universities that I should lecture at, let me know and I will lecture there. I want to go. My vision, my objective is to lecture at universities all across the country, all across North America, and all across the world. Really, I want to go lecture. I want to go talk. I got a lot to talk about. Again, brain science, neuroscience, freaking behavioral science, right? Behavioral psychology, right? Behavioral therapy. Again, all through the lens of my NSLM method, neural soul liberation method. We are building a company that is all about becoming. And yeah, I am grateful. I am humbled. I'm excited. Again, tomorrow just the beginning. I will absolutely update you guys and let you guys know how it goes. I will do my best to document the day, get some photos, get some video clips of the class, and yeah, man, this is the beginning. Right, we are going to universities all around the world. They need the knowledge that I have. They need the wisdom that I have. They need to understand, overstand, and understand the experience that I have. And I got a lot to teach, right? So let's move right along to our third segment of the day. Today's third segment is a tip of the day. Today's tip is a reminder. Listen, be still. Be still, be still, be still. Not everything deserves your reaction. Not everything deserves your reaction. And if you choose to respond, it doesn't have to be how people expect you to or when they expect you to, right? You have agency over your mind. You have agency over your emotions. You have agency over your body. You have agency over fucking you. You do. Regardless to what people say, regardless to how they try to pressure you, you have agency. Be confident, be strong, be firm in who you are. Right? Be wise. Move with discernment. Don't get trapped by the expectations of the world. Do not get trapped by the expectations of the world. The world will expect you to respond how everyone responds. And most of the times, how people respond is how they are conditioned to respond. Right? How quote unquote powers that be want them to respond. With anger, with violence, right? Be still. Don't move until spirit moves you. Don't move until spirit moves you, until you are fully aligned. Mind, heart, spirit. Don't move until in alignment, right? At one atonement. That's when you move. That's when you move. You move when everything is aligned. You have a clear vision. You have a clear reason. You have a clear direction, right? Not just mentally clear, but your heart is in it and your spirit. Okay, this is the way. Then you move. Then you respond. Then you respond. That's when you respond. You don't react because some shit happened and the people saying you need to do something. You need to do this. You need to do that. And it's very difficult, right? That's why you got to really, really, really be comfortable with who you are. Be content with you. Be content with being alone. Be content with being disliked, right? Be content with being fucking outcasted and ostracized. Because when you don't move how everyone else moves, when you don't move how the people around you expect you to move, they look at you funny and they talk about you. Oh, you think you better. Oh, you think you different. Or you think this doesn't affect you. Nah, I'm not reacting. A lot of us, we our whole lives, all we do is react. All we do is react to outside stimulus. That's all we do. Something happens, we react. Something happens, we react. In America, something's always fucking happening. We're going to always be reacting. And I get it. This shit is fucking disheartening. This shit is enraging, is infuriating. I get it. And yes, we are like we're not individuals. We are interconnected. So what happens to you does impact me, does affect me on an emotional level, on a fucking nervous system level, right? Like it does affect me. And so, but I got to respond in a way that's going to make sense to me, not react just to react in anger and contribute to the fucking problem. Doesn't change anything. Do we want change or do we just want to be emotional? Most of us just want to be emotional. Most of us just want to be able to express our emotions and have people express their emotions. We really don't want to transform things. Most of us don't believe things can be transformed. Most people believe this is the way it is. This is the way it's always been. This is the way it will always be. We don't believe that change is possible for the most part. But you got to know that change is possible. You got to know that shit. You got to know that transformation is possible. How? Because you transform. Right? And the situations outside don't transform until more people transform internally. So, but as long as you are caught up in that loop, that emotional loop that this country has us in, that this country gets us in, that this country wants you in, as long as you're caught up in that, you're like a fucking dog chasing his tail, going in a fucking circle, being loud, making noise, not a damn thing changing. No lasting systemic change, maybe for a moment, right? But this is why I organize, right? And in organizing, fucking meditate, breathe. Because breathing and meditating and being still doesn't mean you don't engage in warfare. That's not what it means. It means you engage in warfare from a very calculated, clear position. I mentioned yesterday, even the most skilled fucking warrior, even the most lethal warrior, is doing it from a place of centeredness. Is moving from a place of being centered. This is the action I must take. This is the action I must take. Not this is what I hope. No, we're going into war. This is the action that we must take to get the desired results. But I'm clear, I'm calculated. Something may happen, right? Like, and it's okay because I'm moving with discernment. Right. But let's move right along to our fourth and final segment of the day. Black Beauty Niche, what's going on? Long time. Said Foods has studied the history of change by studying history of human beings. Absolutely. Rashad, what's going on, my brother? Peace and love. Thanks for tuning in. V Veronica, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. Listen, let's move to our fourth and final segment of the day. Today's fourth segment is our build of the day, as always. Today's build is on simply it's a funny conversation I had, right? So not believing something doesn't negate its impact on you. Not believing something does not negate its impact on you. So most things I post, I share a lot about astrology, right? On my Instagram, I've shared a lot about astrology, reshare, reposting. And a brother of mine always argues against my stories about astrology, right? He comments on other stuff too, so I love him for that. But he always argues against the astrology posts. Everything astrological, he argues against. Always. It doesn't fail. If I post 10 things today, 3 or 4 of them he's arguing against. All right. But it's always funny. Again, older brother, right? He's a good brother, man. He says how he doesn't believe these things. So I asked him one day, right? A couple of weeks back, I guess. I asked him if the moon affects the oceans, right? If the moon affects the tides. He said, yeah. So then I asked him if the moon affects the tides, if the moon affects the water, the ocean, then how doesn't the moon affect the water inside of you? He just said, I don't believe those things, right? He just typed back, I don't believe those things. I don't believe those things. Those things aren't true. So the last interaction I had, right, with him when he said some shit, I just was like, yo, not believing something doesn't mean it doesn't impact you. He LOL and he was like, smart man. I agree. I understand that. So and this is just microcosm, right? Because there's so many people with this mentality. There's so many people with this mindset as it relates to so many things, right? Like there are people I remember in my community years ago, right? Engaged in a community center and wanting to put together a program. It was about politics, something political. 15 years ago or so, and they were like, oh, we don't engage in politics. And I'm like, but politics affects you, right? But we don't believe in this. We don't believe, but it impacts you. It impacts you. It impacts everyone you serve, right? Everyone you serve. Like not believing in something or not believing something doesn't mean it doesn't impact you. So like we got to get, and this is why I say, that concept of belief, man, is a funny thing. Is I think it's done so much damage, right? And I'm gonna possibly ruffle some feathers here. People say, right? People ask me, "Do you believe in God?" People don't even ask me that no more. I think that phase of life, like I don't think people ask people that no more. All right, at least I'm not around that a lot. But it's like I don't believe in God. I know God, right? Because belief is like the Easter Bunny. Children believe in the Easter Bunny. Beliefs fucking change, man. Beliefs change. Like children believe. Adults know. You know politics impacts you. You know the fucking moon impacts the motherfucking ocean. So you could think what you want, right? You can think what you want, but it impacts the ocean, which is why randomly you in this mood or randomly you feel this or that's only if you're in tune. You get these random thoughts. You get these random urges, right? It's not random. Everything is interconnected. Right? The position of the sun, the positions of the fucking moon, the fucking levels of the fucking ocean, right? Like all of it is connected. Belief. I don't believe those things. What do you know? I often ask folks, right? And I used to ask folks, not as much anymore, but I still like to ask folks. If you didn't read a book, if you were blind and you couldn't read and you were deaf and you couldn't hear, what would you know to be true? What would you know? You would know yourself, you would know that before you were this age, this size, you were smaller and you were smaller and you were smaller. You would know that you came from somewhere. You would know that before you were in that place that you came from, you were to some degree, right? You would know. You would know that your heart beats. You would know that you are connected to others. You would know that thoughts are coming from different places, not always your own. It's a lot you would know, right? It's a lot you would know if you didn't read a book. But books, right, as great as they are, listening, hearing as great as it is, can distort what you know because you don't trust yourself. So you're reading other people's words, you're hearing other people's words, and you're losing trust in yourself. You're losing faith in yourself. You're losing your own internal power. So get back to you. And with that, guys, that is our show. Sefu said, belief and faith have no scientific basis. That's another discussion. I love that. But yo, listen, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. That is our show for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I am your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. You're tuned into SRDaily episode 550. We are 50 episodes away from our next milestone episode 600. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please do join us right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course, Instagram Live. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. Staying down. So get up! The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love.